called?
Syphilis.
Oh God, coffee company, big coffee company. You
Starbucks.
go to Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah, they do a chilled caramel macchiato, which costs, if you wanted to buy it on its own in Sainsbury's, is £3.
Yeah.
That's part of the meal deal, so I can get that with me £3.75 meal deal, and they're really nice.
Yeah. Well, I would never buy, and this is like, I would never buy a Red Bull, just like a normal Red Bull, because of how like expensive just Red Bull is. But you get them in the meal deal. But then they also sell in the meal, like it'll all be included in the meal deal. You can get the big cans of Red Bull or the little cans of Red Bull, and it's like, why the fuck am I going to buy a small can of Red Bull?
Well, it's like you get big cans of Coke and then normal cans of Coke, and then one of the screw-off bottles. It's like, well, I'm obviously going to go for that because there's more in it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm hijacking it with meal deal talk.
It's essential meal deal talk is essential, mate. We all need to know this. And Sainsbury's do good fodder.
Cancel the game. Cancel the game. Talking about meal deals.
Food.
So back to the game then. So it's nice that you've joined us, Josh, because you were kind of abandoned last time. So if you recall, Zariel had decided, Zariel's flying citadel was following you specifically.
Yeah.
And you.
How could I forget?
Yeah. The rest of the band had learned that the Wandering Emporium, Mahadi's Wandering Emporium, is neutral ground on Avernus. So deals are made there, and it's the Switzerland of Avernus, where people go to make deals without fear of retaliation or retribution. So you've kind of been left there. The rest of the band went off back to Red Ruths.
It was only an errand, though, wasn't it? Really, we were just telling her about the spa day and giving her a little fecking thing that cost us a soul coin.
So you guys found the Emporium last session?
We did.
Hell yeah, nice.
And I think by going there, the thing seemed to have stopped chasing us because you were with us. We told you to stay with us. And since we went into the Emporium, we haven't heard from the Citadel. So I don't know if it's lurking somewhere waiting for us to come out. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll wait for you to come out.
Wondering. Emporium.
But at least we can maybe, or at least I can have a bit of a powwow with Zariel before she flays me alive.
There's always that. That's a really good bright side to look on. I would not have thought of that.
I can have a deep, meaningful conversation with her, and then she can torture me for the rest of eternity.
You can't really say much better than that.
You really can't. So we left. So Kuraz is at the Wandering Emporium. We left last session with the band completing a simple request for Red Ruth. She wanted to go for a spa day, which she's been to. While she was there, her hovel was attacked by treants and banshees and spirits and all kinds of things, which you managed to defeat. Red Ruth returned, and in payment for your services, she offered you an answer using her divination skills to one question. And that's where we're going to pick the session up.
I believe Tom was the one that asked the most poignant question, which was, where is the Citadel? Or was it Sammy that asked? I know it wasn't me. But we need to know where the blood... I think we'd sort of boiled it down to, the other questions are useless because we don't know where we're going otherwise. There's no point knowing how the sword helps when we haven't got the sword. So I think we'd decided... Had we decided? I thought we'd... Well... my vote, anyway, just to get find out where is the bloody Citadel and and hopefully how do we get in?
In the chat, it's split 50-50 between how gaining the sword will help us raise El Terrell.
Yeah, I mean that was my question, but I completely agree that unless we have the sword, knowing that's completely useless.
But that's not what it's tied with, Mark.
What's that, mate? Sorry?
That's not what it's tied with. Do you want to tell him, Josh, or shall I?
It's tied with you offering up some You putting out, Nuzzy? You offering up some sexual
Oh no!
Try and get a second question by offering up Nuzzy's sexual services.
Oh, you'll have to do that when I've gone for a wee or something. In game, not in.
How are
obviously
you
not.
gonna role play if you're gone, Mark?
Oh, I'm not. Well, I won't be role playing sex with a hag. Not when the hag's Dave. I mean, being a hag's
I was
bad
about
enough,
to
but
say, at
knowing that
least it's Dave.
Yeah,
but
that only
sleeping with a
for
hag
me.
in its own right is cringy enough. But when you know it's actually not a real hag, it's actually Dave. That doesn't make it better. Doesn't make it better at all. 'Cause
Just
at least
get
the hag's female-ish, kind of. Well, Dave might be female. He's never proved otherwise. And
Mate,
long may that remain.
If I was female, I'd never leave the house.
Yeah, I'd get a full-length mirror and a fixed lock for the bedroom door.
Sorry,
So
guys,
what?
past that all now.
While we're finishing this
Play
conversation,
D&D and crochet.
Yeah, shall I go and top my
Shall
drink
we-
because I've not put any juice in it?
shall we play the mark
It's,
game?
it's rubbish. Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, fire away.
It's time for the mark game.
Thank you.
I'm with a commission.
Oh,
Hairy.
okay.
Salmon.
Commission Hairy Salmon.
I don't know why, but I enjoy spelling the word salmon. I wonder if there's some kind of latent memory from when I was a child and I struggled to be able to spell it. And I certainly remember my dad eating me knuckles with a ruler just playfully when I was learning to spell things. I wonder if it's like a latent well done, son, and he didn't hit me with a ruler.
You're fine. I don't have to hit you again. Finally.
Just enjoy writing the word salmon. Martin's on. Thank you, Martin. Martin's going for a plethora.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, so Mark or Nuzgrond or Mark was raising the point. If you, yeah. So, and in fact, I'm going to butt out.
I think he was talking some sense. To be fair, there's no point in knowing what the sword does if we don't actually get the sword. Yeah, it's we're kind of jumping the gun a bit. I think the logical thing is to go for the sword, then we'll figure out the rest. Because can't the sword help get her memories back, or is that something I'm imagining?
That's one of the things. One of the questions that was.
Oh, how do we get Lulu's memories back? That's what I'm getting it from. Okay.
Yeah,
But Lulu seemed to think it might help. I think. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's you're in sort of a crossroads at the minute, but always back. So we'll commit to that then. I'll just let him know.
Sorry, I was varnishing my naked mole rat. It's just drying off now.
That's so much worse than anything I could have imagined.
So the decision has been made to find out where the Bleeding Citadel is.
That was a good question.
And as you pose this to Red Ruth, she does this sort of slithery, well, I will need a spot of blood from one of you to divine that particular question.
Oh, you could have a bit of mine. Here you go.
Okay. So she sidles up to Nuzzy, so sniffs up your arm until she starts poking around on you to get the right vein, and then she slashes it.
Get on with it. Ow!
And she looks up towards this sort of a vernal sky, And she'll say, interesting, you must retrace your steps. There is a place where demons are destroyed, and you'll be looking for...
The demon zapper.
You'll be looking for an earth spirit tied to Zariel.
Mr. DM, would you mind repeating that again, please?
Sure. She's saying that you will need to go retrace your steps
So
to
it's the demon zapper, isn't it? That's where the demons are destroyed.
Ah!
yeah to a place where the demons are destroyed, and you will need to find an earth spirit.
Tied to Zariel.
That sounds elemental. Would that mean an elemental?
Potentially. Thank you.
Would anyone know that if they rolled Arcana or something? I wouldn't.
Correct.
I don't think any of us would.
Idea, maybe.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was very meta. I would never actually say there because somebody roll Arcana because that makes people psychopath.
It's all right, mate. I like the fact that you're getting warmed up, Mark. That's fine.
So would that be Arcana? Would it be Nature? Would it be
Arcana, please.
something else?
Yeah.
Arcana. Okay.
I'll have a roll as well for a laugh. You never know.
23. Yeah, sure.
That'll do nicely.
So spirit could cover a lot of ground, but yeah, certainly, yeah. But the mention of earth would make you think elemental of some description.
Yeah. Cool. So we know where we're going, and we know what we're looking for when we get there. So, what do we need? Does anyone need to do anything before we set off?
Well, I think we wanted to go to, well, look around the Wandering Emporium. I'm not sure if Mephiston wanted to potentially look at some armor or something. But obviously, he's not here.
Yeah, we're
think
going to
he
have to
did.
skip over that for now because he's not there. Kuraz is at the Wandering Emporium.
Well, we need to go there then, don't we, to pick him up because he's going to be really handy to have with us.
Well, as far
Well,
as
yeah.
It's a
What we
dirty
didn't-
job being with us, but someone's got to do it.
Like no more.
What we didn't.
Well,
What we,
I mean,
what
like,
we
while...
didn't-
Sorry, go on.
No, go on, you're right, mate.
Well, I mean, like, while I'm there, would Zariel, like, come in, try and chirps me, per se?
So if we cut, very professionally done, cut to Kuraz, you've been at the Wandering Emporium for a little while now, while the rest of the band have been trying to solve this Red Ruth problem. So, I mean, in terms of prime material days, at least 2, maybe 3. Mahadi has tried to ingratiate himself, or has ingratiated himself. He's just an easy guy to get along with, and he shows you round. You're currently staying there free, and he makes several references to the fact that this is going to be, you're going to have to pay for your way. Assuming, of course, have you got rations on you? Have you got any way to survive there yourself?
It's bound to have rations. We all get them, don't we? And
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally you've got a spare.
Good luck. Yeah. Got some rations. 10
Okay.
rations.
Yeah, that's more than enough. Just knock a couple on the head. So the Wandering Emporium itself is the main part of it is still in Avernus. It's still part of hell. There's the screams in the background, the buzzing of the flies and the wasps, and blah 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 blah. But you're aware of the Infernal Rapture, which is the spa, which is where Red Ruth went, and this is a bubble. This is a pocket dimension, which is the only place other than Mad Maggie's, which is no longer available to you, where you were able to get away from the torment and torture of Avernus. I mean, Kuraz, even though you are who you are, you'd be sorely tempted to go in there. But if I was to ask you the question, would you go in there? I'm pretty sure you'd sort of be heading towards a negative at this point.
Like, sorry, what actually is like?
Of course, you weren't there when we went inside, did we? So
it's a tent city kind of thing, isn't it? If I remember rightly, we're all different.
Yeah, sorry, Josh, I've not told you any. You don't even know where you are, really, do you?
I know that I'm in the Emporium.
Yeah. Okay.
That is all.
So where you are now is. Let me give you the picture of Mahadi. Let me start from start, as it were.
Oh.
If I can find, where is he? So it's kind of like a Bedouin tent city. They're camped. Sorry, dude, I'm getting that.
Sorry.
Here we go. There's Mahadi. So as you arrive, a collection of brightly coloured tents stand clustered together, creating an oasis of comfort amid the dread landscape of Avernus. Huge infernal war machines form a horseshoe around the tents, with curtains made of small rectangular iron plates and lamps dangling from chains strung between them. Soft, lilting music and wondrous smells drift across the hot winds, inviting a closer look. So it's kind of a wandering trade, a village sort of settlement. Mahadi, that you can see there, is the proprietor of the whole thing. He's a born businessman, a born salesman, and he's just an easy guy to like. He's not one of these miserly, wrings his hands together. He's just open. Everything about him is open and laughing and jovial. In terms of the stalls, there's plenty around. There's a forge which is run by salamanders, these sort of large fire snake type, lizardy type things. There's a barber's, Bernie, who's appears to be a Kalashite, so a human female woman. She's offered you to clip your I don't know if you would clip them, actually. She's offered to clip your PP, apparently.
Say no.
But there are other parts of the Wandering Emporium that would make your skin crawl. One of which there's a lava farm. Lava are souls that are evil or have committed evil, and they're in the afterlife. They've appeared on the side of the river Styx as these lava, which are sort of, arm-sized crawling maggots with the face of the person that has died.
Yeah, they're real pretty.
Real pretty, and all they do is scream. But their currency, as well as soul coins, and this goes against Kuraz's very nature. There's a mage that sells demon ichor, which can make your infernal machines go a lot faster. There's a notary service. There's a sort of high-ish ranking devil that sends imps to and from with messages, and he's a notary as well. And then there's the Infernal Rapture, which is a spa. So in the entrance, Mahadi will, every single few hours, every time you see him, you find yourself walking past the entrance to Infernal Rapture. It's what you, Josh, would know as a spa. So it's lavish, it's lush, it's relaxing. There's whale music. There's massages and offer, hot stones. Nuzgron wanted his PP touching again. They refused. But we've been through the whole thing. There's a restaurant in there, and the entrance fee is a soul coin. And it's every time you walk past, as the hot winds of Avernus blow against your scales, you're drawn towards the entrance to Infernal Rapture because it's a pocket dimension. It's out of Avernus and therefore a break from hell. So my question is, would Kuraz want to go in?
I think the temptation would be being out of hell, or that idea of just like, even if only temporary, like just being out of hell. That would be it. He wouldn't be so fussed about getting the whole like tampering and going to the spa and all that, but just I think the idea of actually just like leaving hell would be pretty nice to him. So I think he would be interested in going in.
Okay, roll an insight for me.
Okie dokie.
Oh dear, what can the matter be?
So 22.
Wow. Okay. Let me just refresh that because that's not coming up on mine. Not that it matters. So you suspect shenanigans. Something's not right. And just as you're about to step over the threshold, just as you're about to get your relief from the torture of hell, Mahadi, as he's continuing his talking, right at the end, he'll say, and of course, if you renege and can't pay, it will cost your soul as you stop, just as your foot is about to cross the threshold. And he recovers very quickly, and he'll say, but of course, you can pay me later, my friend. It is no problem. Step forward.
Ask how much. Sorry, I'm not there.
I would, because I don't think I don't have any soul coins on me. I think Kuraz would pretty quickly turn around and be like, forget it. I have no way of paying you, and I'm certainly not offering you my soul.
Oh, no problem, my friend. Next time. This, awesome. It is worth waiting for. I can understand you wanting to add to the anticipation. Come, let's go and talk to, and he'll sort of lead you away and carry on leading you round. To answer your other question, Zariel's flying citadel. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a cheeky dungeonmaster roll. It has been coming towards the Wandering Citadel since you've been in there, and you've been keeping an eye on it. And now this 450 foot, well, it is approaching. It's getting closer and closer to the Wandering Citadel. Wandering Emporium. What would Kuraz be doing as he knows it's getting closer? I think you're on mute, dude. Sorry,
yeah. My mum kept trying to call me a second ago. Part of him, I mean, he's aware. Is he aware of kind of the pacts? There's like, tradition, the tradition that there is no kind of fighting in the Wandering Emporium.
Yes, yeah, you'd have found that out, yeah.
And I guess it's like if he'd be skeptical when he actually believes that would be the case. But I guess if Zariel is somewhat like honourable, then I guess he'd expect that she would uphold that. It's her realm, like it's a tradition of her realm. So I think he wouldn't be like, right, let's go right now. He would be readying himself though, in case he felt the need to fight. He definitely wouldn't trust her not to try and do something to him.
Yeah. So what we'll do then, we'll have the rest of the band arrive with your decisions made, with everything that you've already discussed. You know the destination. You know you're supposed to be the path towards the Bleeding Citadel seems to lie at the demon zapper. But as the rest of you in your infernal machine arrive at the Wandering Emporium, you can see Zariel's flying fortress, all 450 feet of it, towering, parked casually next to the Wandering Emporium.
Casually parked, gigantic 450-foot jobby.
Yep, just casually parked. As you park your
casually park though, Dave. Can it casually park? Look at it.
You tell me. You tell me. I mean, whoever's driving it has attempted a 3-point turn into a cul-de-sac. So as you guys arrive, Kuraz is there waiting for you. Mahadi welcomes you in. You're in the Wandering Emporium together.
Right, Morning. What's going on then? I'll ask Kuraz what's with the. Is that thing still after you? Have you worked out what we can do about it? Because we're not going to leave. We're not going to abandon you. So don't even ask. But have you thought of anything to do about it?
I've been watching it for some time, and it's only gotten closer.
It can't be going as fast as it was because it was almost keeping up with us. I don't know. I don't know.
I think as much as I would rather not, I think it may perhaps come to talking with Zariel.
I don't envy that. Envy you that. I'll ask is Milado still there, Dave? You know the Emporium
Mahadi,
chat. Yeah. I'll ask him. Excuse me, bud. This thing's after. I think he's upset, Zariel. It's been after. It seems to be after him, not us, which is great for us, but it's not very good for him. What can we do about it? Is there anything we can do about it? Can you help? I have 10 gold that I can happily give you in return for information.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I'm not sure, Sammy. Are you on mute of some description?
Oh, referee. No, he tells me to stuff it up my ring piece.
Yeah. No, he'll say, gold will not quite cut the mustard, my friend. Perhaps if you have anything more valuable to offer.
Did we say that there was these little? Where were these little larvae things, Dave? That we saw.
They're in the Emporium. Someone's selling them in the Emporium.
I was going to suggest going to get some to pay, but then we'll have to buy them, which means we'll have to have currency to buy them. So
yeah.
God, let me think.
Maybe I think Kuraz might turn to him. Not to Nuzkaran. I've forgotten his name. Sorry.
Mahadi.
Yeah, Milado.
What was it? Sorry, Milado.
Mahadi.
Well, Mahadi. Kuraz would turn to Mahadi, I think, and he would say, "Forgive me, but this is maybe more important than whatever currency it is that you desire. I understand that there's a long-standing tradition here of no conflict, but Zariel, she's been pursuing me for some time now, and I fear if she was to come here, then I couldn't say what would happen."
Oh, she would respect the pact. To have no fear of that. This fine establishment is protected by higher powers than Zariel. But don't worry, my friend. Perhaps maybe a conversation with her grace might be what is required.
Inside check.
Okay, go for it.
Where is it?
I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, he seems straight up. I mean, he's looking you straight in the eye. He doesn't look nervous. He looks comfortable. He's the gracious host as ever.
I'd just ask him. I'd ask you've spoke with her before.
Oh, Zariel and I have met on several occasions.
And hypothetically, if one was to have challenged her, how do you think one might get themselves out of such a situation? Well,
he sort of smiles at this and he'll say, "Oh, well, he could beg for forgiveness. He could die. He could offer services." Yes, go on, Mark.
I'll suggest the depleted soul coin. I know it's not worth as much as the others, and he's well aware of it. But would he be prepared to take that as payment for a small favour? The one with one charge. We know he knows it's got one charge.
Roll persuasion, Mark.
Anyway,
go for it. Go for it.
For one son. Oh, for God's sake!
Okay,
it's over 10.
Yeah, it is over. It is over 10, mate. I wasn't. This was not a high roll. He will say most of the deals and the bargains happen inside Infernal Rapture. With that coin,
we can't afford to get in there.
With that coin, I will host you all and Zariel for the duration of your discussions.
Thanks. I think. I haven't got the coin on me, so I don't. Have you got them, Sammy?
Yes, I do.
Can you give him the depleted one?
Sure.
I hate to say it.
Coin.
Would Kuraz have any idea how that would, with the Rapture being a pocket dimension, how that would affect Zariel?
But if it's a different plane, I don't think anything can sense beings that are on different planes of existence.
You could roll Arcana.
Thank you.
I'll also roll.
I'll have a go as well.
You
look at me with my rolls. I don't even know what my trousers are for.
Will Kuraz be asking that out loud?
I think he'd be trying to figure that out, just to know. But it's more like his. I'm more asking for just for the sake of his knowledge. Like, what would he know? Would he know if that would affect her? Are my rolls not coming up for you?
No. Are you definitely on Kuraz?
I certainly am. I rolled 17.
Oh. Okay, 17. That's fine. That's fine. It'll perhaps catch up.
When it did this to me the other day, Josh.
It was. Yes, it was. I recall.
Go back onto your campaigns and then click on your character sheet through that.
Oh, okay. Rather than just going on the character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. So 17, a pocket dimension or any planar travel will have exactly the same effect on you as it would Zariel. She'll just appear in the pocket dimension. She'll still be as powerful. But the only thing that she might not do, if she does have any unknown powers in Avernus, they wouldn't manifest in the pocket dimension. However, she's a Duke of Hell.
Yeah. Can I suggest not starting a fight?
No. I wasn't thinking I'm gonna great, just come into a pocket dimension, time for a scrap. My thinking was, is she at least gonna have less hellish powers?
Well, she's certainly not going to be any harder. She's not going to be any harder than she would be in hell.
Yeah. Essentially, just give me maybe a bit of a foot in the door for some kind of reasoning.
Okay. But maybe you suspect maybe so. Yes, Sammy.
I think Tom has a question first.
Oh, sorry.
So just with Grizz just standing back from the conversation and kind of watching it and all unfold, can he make an insight check on Mahadi
Yeah.
And he put the
The
teeth back
kabaddi
in.
buddy.
Is he being on the up and up with us, or is he setting us up for?
Go for it.
This was just my thought.
That's 21.
Okay, 21's a wonderful score. So Mahadi is with a 21 insight. You detect a certain amount of glee because of this, but there's a particular twinkle and a raise of his eyebrow every time the conversation turns to. I mean, we've not mentioned it too much, but we'll push the boundaries of the narrative. If there's any deals to be made, there's any. I mean, it's a very hell thing to do. He's intrigued about what's going to happen, and he's looking forward to the exchange. But with 21, it's just a fascination for him. He's not necessarily on your side. He's not on Zariel's side. He's just enjoying the spectacle of the situation.
Okay.
Hello. Trying to attract attention. May I go to polish my lettuce?
You may, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
New form for the Mark game, I see.
It is, yeah.
Oh dear.
Please, sir, allow me to polish my letters.
Oh dear.
We need,
In which case,
we need
yeah.
another. We need another version of the Mark game where he nicks off. We play a game.
For him to guess.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to wait for him to come back for us to have some fun.
Yeah. You know what we do? Where we stood in a line if we go to amusement parks, or if we're waiting for food with the children, we just play the alphabet game. So it's first and last. We do it's the Harry Potter game for the most part. So if someone says Harry Potter, because Harry Potter ends in an R, the next person has to think of a Harry Potter something or other that starts with R. Shall we play the Harry Potter game?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I was going to say, why don't we play a game to see if I can have a smoke quicker than Mark can get back from polishing his lettuce.
Well, go on then.
No, it's fine. Play the Harry Potter game.
In which case, Sammy, Harry Potter.
Ronald Weasley.
Tell me you've got Y.
Does
it have?
Josh, you've got L.
My God. Lucius Malfoy.
Oh, not see. Y is a pain in the arse.
Oh, it's a Y again. Yeah.
But
sorry.
yeah, so just end with Lucius next time. But Yaxley.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. The problem is, I can't remember his surname, and it's another Y.
Shall I Google his surname? So we can get off the Y dot. Yaxley, Harry Potter. Oh, Yaxley's his surname. He's Corban Yaxley.
Oh, bollocks.
He is referred to as Yaxley, though. He's not referred to as Corban. Yeah.
Why?
There is a whole Google search saying what in Harry Potter starts with a Y, and it's Yaxley, another Death Eater. It always comes to the Y. Oh, he's back.
Does it have to be names?
Yeah, well, no, anything. Right, can we carry on, Mark?
That was related.
You may carry on.
Wicked. Where were we?
I was polishing my
Mahadi had said that he would allow us access to the infernal rapture, so we may have this potential meeting, assuming that's what Zariel wants to do.
Yeah. I'm shitting
Okay.
pants. I'll be honest with you.
Right. So we will, if you've finished. I was waiting until you'd kind of finished, but at the top, if you've all done, you will see shapes from the top of this flying citadel fly down and descend towards you. Is that the stage we're at? Yeah.
Yep.
Which means, for the first time, in anger,
Zariel.
I get to point this picture at you, which is the title image of next to Zariel, who is this very angelic-looking demon, as you might suspect, with a fiery halo. She has, you notice, an arm missing with this flail attached to it, and strapped to her back in a very World of Warcraft fashion that you don't see in this picture is a huge mattock. It's this massive hammer that kind of doesn't fit with the rest of her ensemble.
It's a mattock a hammer. I thought it was a kind of pick.
Well, it's got a pick side on it, hasn't it? A mattock.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
It was like I thought, and I might easily be wrong, that it was a wide chisely one and then a short picky one, and in combination. But it doesn't matter, so I'll shut the fuck up. Sorry, Dave.
Thanks, Mark. So she, next to her, there's two larger devils, pit fiends, similarly adorned. You've seen pictures of devils, these high-ranking devils, but these look angelic. They're clearly Zariel's followers as they all land. Superhero landing next to you, still on the ground of Avernus, as Zariel, as she lands and looks up straight towards Kuraz. And she would just glare, and she's waiting to see what Kuraz is going to do.
My God. I don't even know.
I don't even know what I would do.
So Mahadi will break the silence. He's Grismore. You're looking backwards and forwards. You're scoping the situation out, and you can see the joy on Mahadi's face. He is loving this situation, and he will say, Your Grace, it is so nice to see you again. And may I make the introductions? And he will introduce you all by name. And then there's another moment of silence.
I think Kuraz would step forward and just address her, just say, Zariel.
One of the pit fiends will step in front of her and will say, "You will address her as your grace, mortal."
I'm saying nothing, by the way. I'm just sitting there, cheapy.
How? I think Kuraz would say he would just say very well, and just nod his head, but he wouldn't correct himself. He would just say, to them, he would just agree. He would just say very well.
Very well, your grace.
I was talking to you.
Mahadi at this point starts to look a little bit worried. And he will say, "Oh, come. This is not the time or the place. our friends here have paid for space inside Infernal Rapture. Please come and join. And he's very much now, he sort of intercedes himself between Kuraz and this pit fiend that seems to be squaring up with you. This pit fiend is 20 foot tall. I mean, Zariel's as big as he is. You know, she's a lot bigger than you. But Mahadi is trying to lead Kuraz towards the entrance to the Infernal Rapture. Would Kuraz be going?
If it, since we've paid Mahadi, I don't trust him after he tried to fucking just straight up yoink my soul from me the first time around.
Shifty bugger.
But
we paid him. He's been paid.
If it's agreed, he's not going to try and pull a number on me. I mean, is there any way of actually telling that he's like so paid? Is it kind of like his word is his bond? Like, it's kind of like a pact, so he can't claim. Okay. In that case, then if it's a pact, you know, pretty sure that he's not just going to claim my soul because we paid him. Then yeah, I would go.
You're 100% positive. That's the whole deal with hell with devils. So the rest of you following?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll keep the rest of the band out of Infernal Rapture because they're not here, unfortunately. But as you all step through the threshold, and it's just as simple as walking through from your hall into your bathroom, in terms of the physical aspect of crossing the threshold. But the difference is worlds apart. You go from hell to a spring glen, with sort of a soft breeze and a trickle of music and light music playing in the background and wonderful smells. And you feel the weight of the world. All of a sudden, you've no idea that you'd been tense all the time, and it just drops away from you. As you step into this large room, it looks very much as you might imagine a medieval conference room. Large table in the center, row of chairs on one side, and a few chairs which appear to be reinforced on the other side, like 3 stone chairs, as Mahadi points you towards one side. And Zariel and the 2 pit fiends enter. And Zariel at this point will turn. It's the first time you've heard her speak. And her voice sounds angelic. It's the weirdest thing coming from this fiend, this wonderful lyrical voice saying, "It's okay, stay outside. I don't need you in here." And the 2 pit fiends back off. And Zariel sits herself down in front of you. And she will look at Kuraz and look over to Nusgron and to Zorcha and to Grismore.
I'm just going to try and keep my face neutral, eyes respectfully lowered. I'm not trying to not piss her off in any way, shape, or form.
And she will cross her hands in front of her and lean forwards, and she'll say, "So, Kuraz, I believe I have a challenge to meet. Name the time and the place."
Okay. All right. Well, I don't find myself in a position where I could give you a time nor a place. I understand I challenged you, and I understand that you have something of a responsibility to respond to that challenge. It's not. I have every intention following through with my words, but realise now that I'm not ready. Not at this time.
Nice. Roll persuasion.
Okay. Come on. Look, be a lady.
I would say I'll give you a D4, but I can't because I'm a barbarian.
I can.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I can give you guidance. I do kind of give you a little touch on the thigh under the table.
That'll do it.
Oh, we're back to Nuzgrund and Hags again.
Yeah,
Can you can you give yourself guidance?
Yeah.
But you can't benefit from 2.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll take Nuzzies then.
Come on, son. Natural 20. This is what we're looking for. Don't roll a 1.
Said it.
Why would you say it? Why would you say that out loud?
I don't know.
Okay. It's a 9 with a D4. 11.
11.
Well, it's above 10. Let's hope it was a 10.
She'll say, that's intriguing. I understand that your initial words were spoken in a rush of blood, shall we say?
That would be correct. It would be right.
However, I shall remain here when you are ready to challenge me. But in the meantime, I suspect some form of penance will be necessary for the delay.
Or may I interject? Can Zorta attempt to interject this conversation?
Of course you can. Yeah, go for it.
So, as I've just kind of been standing there to the side, not really engaged in any way, as very much like Nuzzy, I don't want to piss her off. And I'm sort of thinking it's going to get something shit is going to go down if we can't convince her to back off. I'm going to turn to her as a tiefling, as an infernal sort of being, and with my head down, not addressing her at eye level. I will say, I do pardon your grace. However, as much as our friend appears to have a bold sense of, can't word anymore, shit. Maybe brash to jump the mark. I think for yourself, you would also want this to be a fight that would be called out in the centuries of the time Zariel was able to crush the mortal beings that came and challenged her.
Roll your persuasion.
Shit.
15. 15. So she turns from Kuraz as Zorchar's talking, and she will say, my fame is already known. I have nothing to gain. I am all in Avernus. However, you have intrigued me. So here is my deal. I require from you a tribute.
A cuddle. I'll give you a cuddle.
A tribute.
No cuddle.
Tribute of blood. Or specifically, ichor.
Oh, okay.
On the very grounds of Avernus, currently, two demon lords, Baphomet and Yeenagu,
Huh?
are rampaging. If, when we next meet, you could deliver unto me Baphomet's glaive or the flail of Yeenagu, I will consider the slight ended.
Sorry, DM. What did she want from Yeenagu?
The
Flail or
flail.
glaive. Well, Nuzguan's going to perk up at this because it involves. She just basically said, "Can you go and kill something?" So it's like, yeah, that's better than anything I expected. Is everyone okay with that? If so, shall we go? Because he's still not happy about being with a ludicrous demon duke, devil duke even.
Yeah, I mean, Kurad's also isn't opposed to. He'd find those terms relatively agreeable, and she's to remain at the Wandering Emporium. I guess. Well, I'd ask Zariel. I'd say you are to remain at the Wandering Emporium until our next meeting.
The battle, the blood war, never ends. I leave with you, and if I find Baphomet or Yeenagu before you, then the pact will be null and void, and I will have your soul.
Yeah, that means we go down there, we find these fuckers and give them a kicking.
I mean,
That's quite detailed
Just
and
one that she wants, or does she
yeah.
want both?
Just one.
Just
one or the other.
I'm going to ask Grismore to make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Por favor. And you were going to ask a question as well, Tom, I believe.
Well, no, what I was going to say is that she only wants one, but I say we go get both of them because Nuz uses a fucking glaive. So we'll go kick the shit out of Baphomet as well.
Yeah.
And we'll keep the glaive and give her the flail.
Am I
I'm
not right
down
in
with that.
saying, though, that technically that Baphomet is sort of an equal to her?
Yeah, the name Baphomet definitely rings a bell to me. But
yeah.
It's from real folklore. It's the if you know. Sorry, this is not a game. Obviously, the knight you've heard of the Knights Templar.
Yes.
They were framed, or so it's believed, for worshipping a demon called Baphomet. They were accused of satanic rites and all sorts of things.
Well,
But it was very suspicious because the person who accused them was the King of France, who owed them an awful lot of money.
I was gonna say, like, it's like they're like a lot of the symbolism for like Satan, essentially. Like,
And if you've seen,
exactly
you'll have seen
where
the
Baphomet
symbol
comes
of
from.
Baphomet,
Yeah.
where they sat like that with the goat's head, woman's torso, goat's legs, and wings.
So, with your role, Grismore, you've already had dealings with Baphomet. When you rescued Ulder Ravengard, he'd got the helm of Tormsight on. He was in communion with the higher power Torm. So Baphomet is very close to Grismore's background because he is the lord of indeed he is the lord of the maze of puzzles, specifically Minotaurs. With a roll of 10, you're not entirely sure who or what Yeenagu is, but if he's on a level playing field as Baphomet, then he is a demon lord. He is, I think it was Mark who said it, he is the demon equivalent of Zariel, and Zariel is the equivalent of a very near godlike creature. That's
that sort of scuppered our plans a little.
So we're not going to be kicking the stuff out of them, but we might be able to steal one of them. Might be able to steal it instead.
It doesn't mean that we're essentially just gonna give Zariel a big old buff to have to fight her eventually anyway.
Yeah, but if we get the other buff.
Yeah, if we can get on both.
Yeah. It's true.
Then we choose what together.
Yeah, I mean,
where's me Discord?
So I think at this point, once the deal has been made, she would. I mean, because again, she's now a fiend. She's a devil. She's the Duke of Avernus. She would be leaning across to Kuraz and to, in fact, all of you now, and she will specifically look towards Zortra and she'll just say, "Okay, well, in which case we have a pact. Your souls, or the Glaive and Flail." Go on, Tom.
Quick question: just Kuraz's soul, or all of us?
I think she's actually said about my soul now.
if you asked that out loud, then Kuraz would be offering his. He wouldn't be asking all of you to offer your souls for his fuck up. Which is a pretty big deal, because I mean he's not wanting to give up his soul to some stinky devil. He's not
Okay.
Can I
Josh.
roll insight on that?
You can roll insight, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight on that as well?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, she means all of you.
Yeah, I thought she might.
Yeah, never mind.
After what you've just said, Josh, you can roll persuasion.
Yeah, as I say, I think in that, I would like to step forward and say, I just say to her, your quarrel is with me, not my companions here. You want a soul, and you are. If you wish to claim a soul, take mine. You do not take theirs.
Roll your persuasion. While you're rolling, Lewis is on the chat saying, "What am I missing? I'm trying to steal everyone's soul, Lewis."
It's a 17.
Good earn.
Can I have a guidance?
Oh, if anyone's remotely interested,
you can guide yourself, dude. I tell you what.
Oh yeah.
Right, before you roll your d4, you get a 3. It's just you. 2 or 1.
Okay, all right, okay.
Crack is on, dude.
It's a 4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
come through.
He's got my soul, guys.
Okay, so she looks over you. She looks amused by this. She looks entertained, thoroughly entertained. And she will say, "I will have time for the rest of you, perhaps later." And she sort of flashes her hand. This infernal document appears, and there's reams and reams on this. And it settles right in front of Kuraz. And you instinctively know that a drop of blood is what you need to seal this pact.
Kuraz would look, just say, and then he's like, I don't know, like grab a dagger or something. He'd then not offer the blood up to sign the pact.
Yeah. Okay, so as soon as the blood hits the paper, the whole of this sheath just disappears. And Zariel just stands, turns her back to you, walks away.
Just before we start anything else, Steve, if anyone's remotely interested, I've put a picture of Baphomet and the seal of Baphomet in the Avernus chat. The writing around the edge of the seal is Hebrew, and it says Leviathan.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know all this shit.
We know. Well, I know why you know all this shit, mate. It's because you've put a lot of work into learning it. It's
Yeah.
I find it quite fascinating.
Pretty groovy stuff. Dear God.
Yeah, I do think it's because Baphomet being the law, he's like Minotaurs are his creatures, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I think that's where it sparked in the back of my head. If I'm honest, I remember that.
That symbol's very Black Sabbath, isn't it? As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that make Nuzzy opposed to going for Baphomet? Just
No,
out press like.
no, not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Not Nuzzy, sorry, Grizz.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I don't know why I confused you two. I'm sorry.
So if anything, Grizz would probably be a follower of Sylvanus. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Is that like the Forest Lord equivalent type person?
Yeah.
Is there a god that kind of correlates the stars and constellations that would be kind of druidic?
What from Faerun?
I need to go for a week, chaps. I shall not be very long.
Oh, I mean, you could have played the Mark game with a Wii. That's a good question. I do love having my bookshelf here. It's so handy.
Is it?
Oh, I'm looking in the 2014
because obviously,
one.
Yeah, I've always leaned into being more kind of academic and stuff, but
I've thought.
Divination of Fate, Goddess of the Moon is Selune.
Selune then probably, because the moon is a celestial body, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, probably Selune then.
Yeah.
Well, he probably doesn't dedicate himself to one anyway, because he, but
yeah, there's Well, that's the joy of what's it, primal magic, isn't it? Okay, so hello, Mark's fallen over.
Oh, Man down.
Man down. Medic!
Sorry, folks. I've just had a nightmare. Tripping over stuff. I don't know if you noticed me fall over, but I hope
absolutely stacked it.
Josh called for a medic, dude. Unfortunately, it's a rare one. There's only one medic on the call, and I laughed.
Well, last time I fell over nothing like that is when I fell down the stairs and twatted my head on the tiles. That wasn't very nice either.
I thought you shredded the cat shit when you did that, though, Mark.
I was hopping up the stairs and then I tripped over nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bad time. So Zariel has left the room now. You still. So if any of you had any effects from Avernus, we'll consider that cured.
I totally forgot. I was meant to be evil. And I totally
don't
forgot.
worry. It's one of those mechanics that they throw in every now and again in one of the campaigns where I'm told to tell you how to roleplay your character. I'm not that keen on it, to be honest with you. So what I've decided in terms of if we do any Constitution saving throws in Avernus, I'm just going to apply exhaustion to you instead of doing all that shit. So, but yeah,
exhaustion's evil anyway.
It is, yeah. So what's the plan now, then, gang? What do you want to do?
Right. Well. We can't go after the demon.
Just five relief. But temporary respite.
Capture the cat. It's only little.
I was stressful, but fucking sick.
I've got because I've just interrupted you, Mark. It was very rude to do, but the look on Josh's face has made me very happy as a dungeon master. You look genuinely exhausted. Okay, what we do?
We can't go for the demon princes because they'll fuck us up. Right? So that idea is out the window. So back to plan A, which was, weren't we going to go look for an elemental at the demon PP?
I reckon get the sword, then the demon princes.
Yeah.
Do you a quick math on that,
Bearing in mind.
I'm sat here 2 odds, but because I've got
Gnarly is sin.
how's he good? That's better.
You want to play?
Sorry.
The only concern is if she finds them first.
Yeah. So, what would Grizz know about? I mean, Grizz isn't a follower of Baphomet, but he is kind of he's always been kind
He's
of
a child.
scholarly in nature, so he's quite,
Yeah.
history and
Law.
So, what would he know about Baphomet and Baphomet's glaive? Is the question.
Okay. Roll your history, please.
Take a 24. We're
24.
only good at these knowledge checks.
Yeah, doing well. So it is his sort of signature weapon, similar to the wand of Orcus, the sword of Zariel, the glaive of Baphomet. It's renowned as being his favoured weapon. You would know that it's certainly a unique weapon, but the nature of demons and devils in the Blood War, Baphomet is a demon. If he's currently in Avernus and someone kills him, all that would happen
He'll return to the abyss. Yeah.
he will reform in the abyss. The only
So I
way
have
to
the
kill
bastard twice. That's odd.
History of 24. You could only assume that he has a way of reproducing or returning the glaive to him. And from what you recall, it's more the process of remaking. If you capture the glaive, it will be yours until he's able to reforge a new one, which you're pretty sure would give you plenty of time to deliver it to Zariel.
Would the original be destroyed then when he makes a new one?
You assume so. Go on, Tom.
But if that's the case, and we know that, are we not? Yeah, I would argue there's an argument there that we wouldn't have fulfilled the terms of the deal, knowing that it's going to be reforged. Do you know what I mean? Or do we think that she knows that too, but she wants it before?
It means we've killed. It means we've killed the bloody demon, doesn't it? He's not going to give it to us.
That, unfortunately, Tom.
Check. Excuse me, sir. May we borrow your glaive momentarily?
That's guesswork. That's beyond. Unless you have a divination spell, you have some way of divining the future. You're not going to know the answer to that. I can't ask you to roll a dice for that.
No, but it's not necessarily looking for an answer, but certainly posing it as a question to the group.
Okay.
Because obviously the concern is if we know that weapon's going to reform, then we're not. There's potential that we could be seen as being dishonest with Zariel, which would break the pact and forfeit Curaz's soul.
I don't
think she'd know. I think she would know.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would break the pact because we've said that we will deliver the weapon. That's what we said.
Yeah.
So I imagine as long as we deliver the weapon, what happens after, that's not really. That should be none of our concern.
Yeah.
So she said they're basically Baphomet and Yennegu are they're currently fighting in the Demon War.
In the Blood War of Avernus, yeah.
What would Grizz know about Xenagoo from a historical standpoint? Or
You've already rolled that. You've already rolled your check, your Arcana check for Yennegu. Yeah, okay. And you didn't score great. All you would know is a Demon Lord, or you suspect Demon Lord because it was in the same breath as Baphomet.
But if she
sorry,
I was going to say, if she knows that they are in the Blood War, she knows that they can't be killed on this layer as well.
Well, they can be killed,
Yeah.
but they just reform elsewhere.
You've got to kill them on their home plane.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, has she duped us, or is it just the simple fact she wants the weapon?
She's lawful. They're lawful evil, so I imagine she wasn't lying.
So she wants the weapon, but she never specified we had to kill them. She specified that we had to deliver the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume, but I might be wrong, that the fact that we have the weapon she would assume that the demon was no more. However,
Yeah, but
don't know that for sure.
would they be able to reforge the weapon in Avernus, or would they need to be in the Abyss?
In the Abyss.
But they'd go back to the Abyss when we finish them off.
Yeah. But if we just take the weapon from them, finish them off, they're not in the Abyss to reforge the weapon.
I like where you're coming from there. I don't know what we could do to contain him, but it's worth thinking about.
Which begs the question: are we better off going for Xenagoo, because we know this about Baphomet? We don't know that's necessarily the same for Xenagoo. We could make that assumption, but there's a possibility that it's a different scenario.
Well, either way, at this point,
going for Xenagoo at that point.
At this point, we're not hard enough to kill either, are we? So we need to. I mean, what? Bleh, can't speak anymore.
We
Does
need
anybody
more
know what I'm
information.
talking about?
Yeah, because we're assuming that Xenagoo is on the same level as Baphomet, but for all we know, Xenagoo is lesser to Baphomet. We don't know. What we need is more information. So what we need to do potentially is go to the demon zapper, see if we can't get our hands on a demon and start questioning it. That would be my suggestion. So then we're making progress with the sword, but we've also got a secondary objective: get our hands on a demon, and let's start putting the nails to him and ask him some questions.
Yeah, that sounds like an actual plan.
What about what's his name as well? I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Baphomet.
No. The guy, the Emporium man.
Mahadi.
Mahadi. Yeah. Might Mahadi have some idea as well?
Yeah, sure. We'll want Becking Payne though. He's a bit of a gimp, isn't he?
He's gonna want paying. He's gonna want paying in soul coins.
Yeah.
And whilst Grizz will is happy to do so when it's needed to, he feels very uncomfortable with dealing in soul coins because of the nature of what they are.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, it's the only reason us going down with it is we need them to power the machines, and without the machines, we're going to get exhaustion and be pants, and that ain't good. So I think we'd formulated a plan of action, haven't we? Are we going to head out to the old demon zapper?
Off to the demon zapper.
I think that's
okay. So making your way out of Infernal Rapture, you are refreshed, replenished. Just for the sake of the of argument, I'm going to put the rest of the party can sort of dip their head in and say hello, just so they get that they're fully refreshed and reverberated. So Mahadi, he's sort of no, he's leaning against. He's leaning outside against the tent pole, looking quite casual, and he will sort of conspiratorially look towards Nuzgrod, and he will say, "So, Baphomet and Yinagu.
Yeah.
Good luck with that."
We're gonna have to, try and gear up a bit, so to speak, before we try and take them on. So yeah, that's pretty pants.
Well, my friend,
We'll see you later, though. We'll leave some of our chaps here, if that's all right with you, which is the, other people that aren't here. And we will see you in the non-too-distant future, I am sure, good sir. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for a persuasion check on that then, Mark, because I wasn't going to go that way, but we roll dice. We play this game so we can roll dice to see what happens.
Come on, I've rolled shit every roll. 18!
18. He'll say, you know what, my friend? I am intrigued by what is going to happen. We will stay here for a short period. and I will
It's
keep your.
incredibly good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's incredibly good of you. Thank you.
Okay. So he's quite happy. So your infernal machines are ready to go.
Yeah.
How many soul coins have you got left, Sammy?
We now have 3 full left.
3 full left. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me take you to the.
How many machines are we taking with us?
We only need one, don't we? We only need the big one.
Is there any way to undo doing a long rest? Because before, when you said we were refreshed, I hit long rest, and then Mark asked, said
You
no.
put your hit points back to what they were.
My hit points were full. It was just my spell slots that I'd used.
Yeah, you have to just take your spell slots again.
I can't remember which one.
I don't think. But what we'll do is we will have a Constitution saving throw on the way to the Demon Zapper, if you would, lady and gentlemen.
I would.
Not.
Dirty 20.
Dirty.
Oh, no. Before you do Constitution, it's a Wisdom saving throw. I do beg your pardon.
Oh, so I rolled 13, so that would be
That's
13.
fine, Mark. Yeah.
10.
6 plus 8 would be 14 for me.
Okay. Just you then, Sammy.
Could have been 9. If I took it from my original roll.
9. Okay.
9.
Okay. On this occasion, I'm going to assume that someone give you guidance. Zorcho was looking as if she was struggling. Perhaps, yeah, no problem. So Grismore would notice that you're having a particularly bad time on the trip to the Demon Zapper. He will give you guidance, which will push you up past the necessary. You all manage to not let the pervasive evil of Avernus affect you on your trip to the Demon Zapper. So, in front of you, as you arrive, the map, the cartographer, pipes up. The purest of souls lures fiends into a hellish trap. Zap, zap! And you can see in front of you radiant light. And it's cascading from what looks like a rusted metal monument shaped like the mandibles of a giant beetle. It's a strange metallic construct, rusting, and then there's this pulses of light. Just for flavour, what I'm going to say to you, that these pulses of light, it's radiant energy, it's this pure blue colour. It just sort of builds and builds and builds. Just over the other side, just from the distance from where you've parked, you can see rising from the river Styx a small force of demons, dretch demons, these horrible, slothing, almost zombie-like lower caste of demons ready to wage war in the blood war on the infernal wastes of Avernus, as this pulsing increases, and then discharges, and they're just turned to ash. Not even ichor. You've killed demons and you're aware of demon ichor that settles. No, this is just ash as they're completely disintegrated.
Maybe wise not to go right up to it just in case. It could be bad.
Well, that's the situation. So the question is, what do you want to do?
So to be fair, we could really do with resting.
You can have a long rest. You can have a long rest. Sorry, that was what the wisdom saving throw was going to be for, and I've leapt ahead and I've done my usual thing. I've gone too fast.
So we've got
Let
Josh
me
to take his long
roll
rest
that.
away to give it back again.
Yeah.
I think that's the same.
What's that for? So,
Oh, so that's my cosmic omen. So I have to roll for it at the start of after every long rest. So whether I can add a d6 to rolls or remove a d6 from rolls.
Ooh, interesting.
And I've stayed the same, so I can add a d6 as a reaction.
Okay, cool. Oh, what I'm
The
going to do, I'm
DM.
going to put Mephiston out with you because Lewis is. This is the only session of Avernus that he has actually missed. So he's for future sessions in terms of logistics with soul coins. Yeah. So what? So you have this construct is large. It's sort of almost the size of a small building. This metal thing with this pulsing, but that's the only thing around.
Can anyone detect elementals or anything? Detect that different types of being that could possibly be elemental.
Not with the spells I've got currently. Is the answer to that question?
I'm also having a moment. I think we were meant to go when it said retrace. When she said retrace her steps, surely we should have gone to the spawning.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
Yeah. What I'm going to do, Sammy? You're quite right, and she, yeah, retrace your steps wasn't necessary. This is where you need to be. It wasn't the correct phrase. She probably would have said rethink your steps instead of retrace your steps. But
okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm being too literal.
No.
That could have been really important.
Very
Yeah,
much
nice
so.
one.
But yeah.
Okay, so we're here. So I'll try the stupid thing, Dave, and I'll call out, see if anybody, just a general hello as loud as I possibly can.
So you, a response comes back. Can anybody speak Celestial?
No.
So you hear language coming back, and Lulu will pick up on it, and she will respond in the same language. Can anybody speak Elven? Elvish?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Let me just double check a couple of things. So pretty sure that was doing it as fast as I can. So there's a reply coming from in front of you now in Elvish, and you can hear right from inside this structure something saying, help me, free me, help me.
Ow.
Inside the structure.
Inside the structure.
Okay.
I'm going to relay what I say in a very confused.
Yeah, I
relay
wouldn't have
what I
shouted
hear
out.
in a confused tone.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that because I don't know what they said. Sorry.
That somebody is asking for our help to be freed, and it sounds like they're inside that beetle.
Inside.
I'm going to turn to Lulu and I'm going to say, well, I'm going to ask her, does she have any inkling to what it could be, apart from a celestial being?
She's a little bit shy, as we know Lulu to be, and she'll say, "Well, I don't know. I've no idea." And she's sort of looking around for sort of clues as the light starts to glow again. It's this pulsing, very dim.
Are we within range of it? Is it going to hurt us if we're?
The demons were a lot closer than you.
We don't
the
want to
view
get
on now.
too close to it unless we have to, because I can imagine I've got nasty experience taking radiant damage on those Grod. That's what Lewis did with that big bloody thing that nearly killed everyone. Yeah.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. So I'll just ask Lulu, have you any idea how we can help? It wants help. Do you know how we can help? Do we need to break the beetle? Do you have any ideas?
I've no memory. I've no memory of this.
Can I shout? I say shout. Can I say in a fairly low voice in Elvish, back to the being, do you know what the structure is made of?
And you in response, you can hear, "Oh, thank goodness, thank the Morning Lord." Yeah, it's made of metal. It is guarded, but I am trapped here. I've been trapped here for millennium. Please free me. Millennia.
I can't understand.
Please free me. No.
Okay, so they're protected, which means potentially,
I will say.
We're going to walk in. So there's, just bear that in mind. Sorry.
I'm going to turn and say, does anyone want to attempt to help free this being?
If we know what to do, I'm more than happy to help.
Since there's a guard up, I'm going to assume it's of an arcane nature.
We need to get closer to investigate. So that's the only recourse we've got here.
As I gingerly take a few steps forward, can I ask the entity again, are you able to control your radiant light?
So the pulsing is continuing, it's getting brighter, and it says, no, but it's what kind of being are you? Is it pulsing?
There's tiefling, orc, minotaur, dragonborn.
And a little elephant.
Yeah, except thank you, Mark. And as it's pulsing, it's, mortals, no, approach you, please, you're perfectly safe.
Okay.
Can I make an inside check?
You can have disadvantage, and your DC is going to be very high because you haven't got, all you've got is a voice.
That's fair enough.
Guidance.
I don't know, how much does that add?
Well, it's a natural one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, take the lower one.
It sounds frightened. It sounds genuine, as far as you're concerned.
Get going. Well, here's the thing. Regardless, what other leads have we got?
Yeah.
Whether
Absolutely.
they, we've got to do some. This is probably our own lead, so
Okay.
This is
so. As you gingerly step closer, the light from this zapper passes over you, and it seems harmless, completely benign. As you get closer, you see inside this structure a unicorn in a blue radiant globe floating above, clearly where all of this radiant power is coming from.
Yeah.
And just to put you at ease, we'll have another contingent of demons arrive from the River Styx as they appear. This radiant energy discharges straight towards them. We'll have perhaps a hell wasp, a denizen of Avernus, fly, just happen to fly in the way. That's disintegrated as well. So you very, very quickly conclude that if this is going to fire towards a fiend, don't get in the way. But other than that, you seem to be safe.
Or demon, for that round.
Well being, yeah.
Is everyone else thinking what I'm thinking?
We find somebody that we're after. Bring
Bring
it
him
here.
here.
Try and lure him here, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Cheeky.
a really good persuasion roll. That. Come over here, lad. No, honestly, no problem. Just a bit further. No, stand there.
And they're not stupid. They're not going to be stupid, are they? Let's be honest.
No.
They're not going to be stupid enough to do it, are they?
The demon princes aren't stupid.
He's
I
reading
think
for a
the,
book.
I'm enjoying reading. I just so love my books.
Well, am I okay
Yeah.
to go and surf with the alien briefly?
Be quick then, please, Mark. Yeah.
Okay.
Where were we? Martin, while we were playing the Harry Potter game, said you wand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. So I'm having you wand. Sammy, your go. You've got D.
Well, I'd actually thought of one for why.
Oh, well, keep it in your bank.
Touche. So, what have I got? Sorry.
D.
D.
D. D.
D for dog.
Draco Malfoy.
Oh, please.
Who's next?
You. Oh, he's back
You
already. No. Nice one, Mark.
When we're going, sorry, with spells, is it the legacy spells we're using, or just any old spell?
No, you can have the new versions if you want.
Is it the legacy ones that are the new versions?
No, the
No,
legacy ones are the
definitely
old
not.
ones.
Oh,
It's safe to say that the new one will probably be better. It is in most cases.
It doubles all of your
Right.
healing ability. What
I
time are
have
we?
new
What
ones
time?
because I'm a new druid. So obviously got to remake grids, didn't I? So
Yeah.
You can do it, can't you? Just upgrade him to new rules.
yeah, it wasn't difficult. Quick aside, Dave. I was going to ask while Mark was gone, but obviously, is it Xenagu or Henagu?
Yeenigu.
Yeenigu. Can
Yeah.
you spell that for me, please?
Y-E-E.
Yep.
Y-E-E-N-O-G-H-U.
Ooh, that's a
Funky spelling.
funky spelling, yeah.
Uh,
Just from a posterity of what I've been writing down. That's all.
Dude, yeah. I'm all about that. Okay, so this celestial being now, this unicorn, you know to be a celestial being. You also know that. In fact, no, you wouldn't. She's trapped. She's in this ball of radiant energy, which is floating 10 feet above the ground, and it's zapping fiends. What do you want to do?
So Grizz working on Zorchar's information, you know, that their help, they're being genuine and all the rest of it, is going to try and look at this tower, and he's looking to see if he can identify. He's trying to get to the bottom of what kind of magic is holding the unicorn in place. That's what he's trying to figure out.
Okay. You can make an Arcana check then.
Yeah. I'll
May
take
I
that.
attempt a form of investigation to see what's going on with the structure?
Absolutely. Of course you can. Yeah. Go for it, Sammy.
Let me attempt this.
2 17s. So the arcane nature of this is the structure itself. But now that it's formed, only destroying it will. So between the two of you, Grismore, you're able to say that the structure itself is keeping the this celestial unicorn trapped, and then Zorchar will be able to reinforce that by saying that you need to destroy it. It is, as you would imagine, a hefty piece of, even though it's rusted metal structure, it's still a Yeah.
A big one.
How do we destroy a big,
Okay.
massive metal thing?
I have a question, Dave.
Yep. Yep.
About a spell I've got called Erupting Earth.
Yep.
So it says that I choose a point I can see on the ground within range, and a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to target kind of the center of the tower, would that be enough to disrupt the structure into kind of toppling, or?
Difficult to say.
Hmm.
I would ask. It's kind of a base religion intelligence check for that, because we haven't got anything else to go on, really, have we?
Is it,
Yeah.
is it like it's a big structure? Is it like essentially like functioning as a machine? So like there's like some kind of mechanics on the inside that we can't see that's creating the magical effects, or is it just a case of like the structure itself is almost just like a big housing, and then magic's being channeled through it?
So you roll an Arcana for me, Josh, please.
Okie.
Quick question.
Yeah.
11.
I was going to ask, with my investigation, can I
Yeah.
see a door?
No door. You've had a good look around. The whole site is safe. With your Arcana, you're not entirely sure. With your scores combined, 2 17s and an 11, you're pretty sure that that you would have to take down one of these. If we think of it as sort of 3 of these arms, you'd have to take one down. Even that would be, a Herculean task to take one down.
Could I use fabricate to transform it? Because it takes raw material and turns it into something else. So I'm thinking I take the raw material, like the tower as the raw material, and then just completely deform it essentially, just so it's no longer.
Possibly, you could try. So if that's Kuraz is going to try that, Grismore's going to try his mold earth. I forget what you described it as. Erupting earth. Are they? Is that spell slot? Erupting earth.
Yeah, 3rd, or I can upcast it to 4.
Okay. And Kuraz is using one of his class features to try and fabricate to.
No, the fabricator spell. It's a 4th level spell.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, what's going to happen then? Just to move the story forwards a little bit is let me.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I do have my acid breath, but I'm not sure that would do the job.
Okay. So as your both combined efforts to try and shift this, there is a disturbance. It would probably be Zorchar with the highest passive perception, while Grismore's concentrating. From behind you, from out of the earth, you can see a head, very large head, appear.
Could this
And
be
eventually, as the head appears, it starts chanting and talking. From the ground, this figure appears and will state in no uncertain terms, speaking in common.
Okay.
The lip sync doesn't match. You can tell that there is some kind of arcane skullduggery happening, so you can understand what it is saying. And it will simply say, "Cease. Leave that alone." And then it stamps its staff down and gets ready to defend.
We were told it was guarded, so this is going to be the guard. I imagine.
Do we try and reason with?
Right, reasoning first.
Wow.
I think that's safe to say. It can't hurt, but just get your weapons ready just in case.
Very well.
Riz is going to step forwards. The demeanor that none of you have ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to turn around and say, "And who are you to hold this being in place? What gives you the right?"
Yeah,
Nice.
Angry Grizz.
Roll intimidation.
It ain't going to go very well because he's.
No, it's fine, mate.
I haven't had that. I'll take a 17.
Yeah,
Go
that's what you need.
on.
I would be scared of a massive Minotaur, to be honest. They are quite scary.
Well, this creature. I mean, because I like to use the ogre size things for things that are ogre size. So this thing is ogre size. It's a lot bigger than Grizz. But even so, it's kind of a feminine voice that's coming from her, and she'll say, "I am bound. It was my mistake, and I have to live with it. If you threaten once more, I will have to destroy you."
Who is binding you?
Zariel is binding me.
What is this creature? Do we know? Have we got any idea what it actually
Arcana
is?
map.
Arcana. Coming up. 15?
15. 15 is enough for me to definitely tell you that it's an elemental creature. It's an elemental earth creature. 15, 15, 15. Tom, just roll Arcana, please.
I was going to ask, but
Yeah.
and then my luck gives out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not in. Yeah, 15 is really good, Mark. I don't.
It's for me.
Yeah. Go on then. This is a djinn. This is a genie. This is an earth genie.
So, right.
Specifically a deo.
This is the thing that we were sent to find. And this is really bad because it wasn't very long ago. I know we needed to find it to help get to the Citadel. But what were we to do? I forgot. It was only about half an hour ago.
We went to find them, so I think my original plan was we try and find them and talk to them, but obviously something else is going on here.
Well, we're talking.
We do not aim to. So yeah, Grizz is going to kind of pipe up in response and say, "We are not aiming to harm the unicorn, but we are aiming to free it."
And I think Perez would back that and ask him and say, "You are bound to the will of Zariel. Is this your wish?"
It is not my wish. Perhaps we can help each other. As she's looking between the two of you. I entered a pact wanting to destroy a rival, which Zariel assisted with, but always read the fine print, and I've been bound ever since.
You should know above any other.
Well, it doesn't help you saying that, but it's true. You cunt. Sorry, Josh.
It's fair comment.
She will say, perhaps we can help each other. My pact can be undone, but I am bound to stay in this place if you're willing to assist.
If you could assist us, we can assist you.
Yeah.
What is it that you require?
We need to find and enter the Bleeding Citadel.
Bleeding Citadel. I'm not aware of a Bleeding Citadel. But what I could possibly do is write you a letter of introduction to Bell, the former leader, the former head of Avernus, before he was deposed by Zariel. He may be able to help you.
I'll just look around to the group. I mean, this is not my area of expertise at all. I'm like, I don't know if that's good or not, folks. What do you reckon?
If nothing else, the enemy of our enemy may be our friend.
And Bell certainly doesn't like Zariel.
What is it that you require? How do we go about breaking your bond?
The small print of my pact, as there is always small print with these pacts, is I need to drink the blood of a titan.
It's never anything easy, is it?
And it would.
It's never, you must tickle my armpit or something. No.
And as it turns out, I am aware of a grave known in Avernus as Uldrak's grave, where I believe a titan fell. If you could bring me...
Where is it?
She will quite happily point it out on your
on the map. Yeah.
Which, when I found, is I shall populate it. Right, let me take play a map of Avernus, and we are after. There it is. Okay. So if I zoom right in. So what I'm going to do for this is the zoomed in bit, so you can zoom out at your leisure, and I'm going to add the text. Uldrak's grave, just there.
Seas.
A big old sword.
It's directly south of us.
Kinda.
Yep. I reckon we head out there now to try and avoid having to make more saving throws for being here.
Yeah.
Again, Grismore didn't say that because he'd been looking at him going, what?
So that takes us to... Go on, Sammy.
I was just going to turn and say, this thing's not dead though, is it?
Probably not, no. Let's be honest. Let's be fair, it's probably not dead. But as long as we know that
volumes.
Yeah, the fact that we know that it might not be dead might work in our favour, so we'll have to be careful.
And I'm also going to ask for their name.
Yeah.
Or
he's not going to want to do that.
No, he will tell you. Ralzala.
Ralzala.
Ralzala the Deo.
Well then,
I thought that was some sort of Korean car, but apparently not.
Well then, Ralzala, let's make our own pact. We will get you this Titan's blood, and when we do, you will free that creature from that tower.
And we also will help.
And Grizz will offer out his hand.
Roll persuasion. Do you want persuasion or intimidation for that one?
Makes no difference. So character-wise, probably intimidation, because I think he's angry still.
Yeah,
very angry.
Yeah, fair play.
Come on, ugh.
Ralzala will say, if I am no longer bound, you can free her yourself.
Okay.
Also fine.
Yep. Right. So head down to when I can use my tongue, Uldrak's grave.
Sorry, did Ralzala appear after we cast the spells? So we cast the spells and then Ralzala appeared, or it was before we had a chance to cast?
Oh,
You cast the spells, which
Yeah.
prompted,
I've already
yeah,
Look,
which,
you don't ask, you don't get.
yeah. Now I'm hearing you. What we can do, however, we can
Still got three.
have, because it's a trek to get to Uldrak's grave, so you can have wisdom saving throw and have a long rest on the way there if you wish. Because we can say it easily
Failed
takes.
horribly, so no.
Yeah,
it's
you
okay,
get.
Mark. We didn't take any damage. We've got nothing to recover.
You get.
Yeah, I haven't taken any damage.
You get 1 point
One
of exhaustion, though, Mark.
You know. Is that minus? What's that? -1 to everything.
No. It's not. I don't think it's quite. Hey, that's a bunch of natural 20s to finish the session off. That's pretty good.
Eee, bugger.
Yeah.
Oh, but I could have given Nizzy guidance, I suppose, if I saw him struggling. Or is
Can't
that not
put
going to...
David through. I don't
Oh,
think.
of course you can't, no. Of course you can't, you are correct.
Just a what's it check.
Where's Kel when you need him for those pluses?
Find exhaustion. Oh, it's not on the thingies. It's not. Oh no, exhaustion. There we are. Found it. One.
Exhaustion condition. Yeah, does it say what it is?
I'm hopefully going to find out.
Right, the new version. Here you go. Condition is cumulative. Each time you receive it, you gain 1 exhaustion point. If you die, you die if you get to level 6. So when you make a D20 success, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level.
So that's
at the
2
minute,
at the moment.
Yeah. So you basically minus 2 off everything. Your speed.
My movement's down, so that's going to be 10 foot. So it's going to be normal. My speed will be normal because I get an extra 10 foot for being Kong.
Okay. So finish a long rest removes 1 level of exhaustion. Your exhaustion level reaches 0 and the condition ends.
That's my reaction to that.
You, I believe.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
You all right?
Yep. I thought it went very quiet for a second.
Oh, I don't know. Can anyone cast Greater Restoration?
No.
Not yet, I don't think.
What level are you?
It might be
8. It's a 5th level spell.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
Okay. That's going to be handy in the future. Just a nod and a wink to you all. So we'll I mean it's 25 to 11 now. What
I am flagging a bit. I'm flagging a bit now. It's I did take my sleeping meds, which I didn't mean to. It was just automatic when I came in. I didn't mean to take them. I could probably do nothing. No, I'm starting to get cabbaged. I was about to say I'll probably be all right for half an hour, but I don't think I am.
So we'll pick it up there as you arrive at Uldrak's grave next time.
That seems like a really cool
attempt
place
to get some Titan blood.
Hell yeah.
Hell, literal. Hell yeah.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could all pretend we're Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, maybe just me.
Oh yeah, brother.
Did he have a catchphrase, Stone Cold Steve Austin?
He used to say "hell yeah" a lot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and smash 2 tins of beer over his head, which I always thought was a waste.
Yeah. He was past my time for the WWE. I was still Ultimate Warrior and the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't get wrestling at all. I thought, why would anyone watch it? Because it's not real. But then I realised that it's just a soap opera, but with violence. And people watch soap operas all the time.
What do you mean it's not real?
Yeah, and once you read, I read Mick Foley's autobiography, which is really, really good, by the way, if anyone's remotely interested. and they're actually incredibly skillful.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about selling the moves, not dying.
Yeah.
Which
There's
you know, I mean, the
there's quite a
things they do-
successful build. It was about a young girl, a young English girl, who became quite successful as a WWE superstar. It's well worth watching, Mark.
Yeah,
Cersei
Is it like
Lannister's in
Becca?
it. I forget her name. Lena Headey. She's in it with Nick Frost. Good film.
Yeah.
was she Cersei? Lena
Yeah.
Headey.
Yeah.
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 She's Mama in Judge Dredd as well, in the newer Judge Dredd.
Yes, she is. She's also in Danger Mouse as well. She plays, I forget, Destiny Mouse. I think she plays.
She's a really
What
good
is it?
actress.
The new
Like,
Danger Mouse. I say the new Danger Mouse.
Yeah, she's
does anyone
Destiny
want me
Mouse.
to
And
anybody
Alexander
want
Armstrong
the
is.
Danger Mouse
the-
theme tune? Anyone?
Anyone
No?
what?
Okay. Want me to sing the Danger Mouse theme tune?
And that's where I turn the stream off. Thank you.
A simple no will suffice. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a problem.
No, go on, Mark. I'll tell you what. You sing it, and then I'll turn it off afterwards.
Yeah.
Go on then.
He's the ace. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. Danger Mouse, powerhouse. He's the fastest. He's the greatest. He's the best. Danger Mouse. That's pretty much it, really.
Amazing.
It's like Ace was here. All
Right. If you were going to like and subscribe, you're probably not now. So